Senior living, local SEO, and Google business profile domination. When a family Googles assisted living near me, they see this, the Google Map 3-pack, 3 facilities, name, rating, review count, phone number. If you are one of the 3, you are getting calls. If you're not, you barely exist. Through our assisted living near mum directory of 7,000 plus facilities, I can see which profiles generate inquiries and which ones don't, which ones collect dust. The patterns are obvious. Most fixes take less than a weekend. Let me show you. I'm Ronald Osborne, the founder of Senior Living Mastery, an award-winning marketing agency built specifically for senior living facilities. Before we go into the Google Maps audit, I'm going to show you the Senior Living Local SEO and Google Business Profile checklist that we have for free that we've built behind us. This is what you're going to need today. It's going to walk you through everything, and it's an absolute checklist where if you do this, I guarantee you're going to notice a bit of a bump. You follow this, if you're not doing well, you're going to notice a bit of a bump. First thing, I've just gone over locally assisted living Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so it's obviously pulling the locations up closest to me. That's all I'm really looking at. I'm just trying to find some facilities on the map pack that aren't doing too well, like these guys right here. Okay, now when it comes to doing a Google review or Google profile audit, the main things that you want to be looking at are quite simple. Okay, it's quite simple. It speaks for itself. Reviews and other inconsistencies that you might be showing to Google. So let's start with the checklist. The first thing you can see on the Google Business Profile checklist is make sure that your profile is claimed and verified. You'd actually be surprised how many facility owners have unverified profiles. Now, this happens. Maybe you've had a website up for 3 years is pushing it, but 5+ years. Google would have seen that. Maybe there's some credibility. As an example, you're listed on our directory, assisted living near mum, and Google's seeing all of this and go, hey, there's a mention here, there's a mention there about your facility. And then your senior living facility will just be created from Google. Okay, that's how that can happen. And now sometimes facility owners don't actually know it. So just type in your name into Google. And then once you've made sure you've claimed it and you've verified, you want the video on how to verify a profile, go and watch that one. This is not the video, but make sure it's claimed and verified. Admin access, okay? Make sure that you're not just a manager. Now, this is a big thing when you're working with marketing agencies. Be cautious here, guys. This has actually happened to a couple of clients I've worked with in the past. The marketing agencies, again, a generic marketing agency, they just went out there and did the Google Business Profile and actually made the facility owners managers and not owners of the profile. So when they terminated the contracts, enlisted our services, we've come along and gone, okay, we need this, we need this, we need this. They're like, I can't make you an owner. I can't make you a manager of this. I can't do anything because someone else actually owned the thing. So that's very, very important. Now, the business name matches the building, the signage outside, exactly. No keyword stuffing. That is something that I'd suggest. So we're just going to use these guys as the example. So Leisure's Living, all right? So we're going to use these guys. I'm going to open up their website because I want to have a look at their website because it's important that there's an alignment. Now, when it comes to local SEO in the senior living space, there's a couple of things that you need to get right. And you need to get the alignment between maps and your website perfect. If you do that, you actually can get a boost in the map pack and organically, but the two have to align. If you don't make it aligned, so again, let's just say you're talking about something completely different on your website and your Google Business Profile says it's about this and it links over to that. Let's just put the example of you've got assisted living facility as the main category. Then you link over to this page and it's only talking about memory care. That will actually devalue you in the maps. That is actually something that will devalue your listing. You could have all the same reviews, you could have the same photos, everything else could be right. But you'll be sitting there going, why am I doing so poorly? It's something as simple as that. But that's why you hire guys like me to explain that to you. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that the business name, Leisure Living of Victoria Park, aligns exactly the same with the Google Business Profile. Okay, so you're just coming over your checklist and you can tick these off. you're going along. I'm not going to muck this up because this is the main template. The primary category, super important, assisted living facility. Okay, assisted living facility. You'll see the main category here. Okay, it's right here. Now, if you have other things, and again, you would be actually quite surprised, many assisted living facilities actually have different things. So, assisted living facility here, sometimes you'll find nursing homes, as an example. Maybe you're not a nursing home and a rehab center. A lot of the time, rehab centers sometimes are assisted living facilities, and there's a bit of a mixture there. In that regard, they can have rehab center instead of assisted living. So make sure your category's right. That's actually one of the most important things. I'm telling you, if you're wrong there, you fix that. Now, secondary categories, memory care, nursing home, retirement home, these can be added. Address matches the website exactly. You might be sitting there and going, does that actually matter? Yes, it does. So we can see here, 1700 Fifth Street. So if we scroll down, ooh, is it northeast? Have they got northeast or was it NE? Yeah. So see this, NE, and then you've got northeast here. Now, what's my suggestion? Google's been a little bit cheeky with anything to do with a direction, so northwest. They're changing these up now to just be the abbreviations, like what they've done here. What I would suggest, go onto your website and adjust that. I would actually try and make the two aligned. Now, if there's any variations in the numbers, so let's just say we started with a northeast 1700, but then on the website it says something different, that's a big problem. You've got to fix that. And again, you might sit there and go, Ron, that's such a small thing. Google's surely smart enough. You're talking about an AI type system here, an algorithm. What does it take for an algorithm to be accurate? Accurate data. Garbage in, garbage out is what they say in the programming world. You don't want to feed it garbage. You want to feed it accurate data. So that's something to check off. Very, very important. Local phone number listed. All right. Make sure you've got that on your website. So we can see it ends in 2297. What's there? Okay. Big problem here. This is a big problem. You can see the phone number is actually different. Now, maybe this is a call tracking number. When it comes to your Google Business profile, do not use call tracking numbers. Use your main number. You can use a call tracking number, but you need to keep it as that, and it needs to be the same on your website. Okay, that's super important. I can't stress that enough. Something that's very, very important that you must pay attention to. So these guys would need to adjust that. Local phone number, website URL is correct and working. You can see that the website is working. It links us over to the website, so that's good. Again, very important. Hours listed are accurate and include holidays. That is something that Google, you may have seen this, but Google will reward facilities that are open 24 hours against someone that shuts at 5 p.m. Most facilities don't do that, but just as an example, if someone, especially we own assisted living near mum, so we have all the data. We know when people come on. Like we get thousands of visits a month come to our directory site. So I know what time and what people are looking for at times of the day. We always find the evening is when the most amount of searches happen. Sometimes in the morning, around lunchtime, that pops up as well. Lunchtime, there is a spike in traffic, but it's mainly in the evening. Okay. Now, knowing that information, if you've set operational hours to 5 p.m. on your assisted living facility, because that's maybe the visiting hours, what happens is immediately, again, you'll be pushed down. So you've just hurt your Google Business profile. Now your senior living facility is not doing well with local SEO. It's getting hurt just because of the hours of operations. Yes, Ron, is it that significant? Yes, that's significant, mate. That's a profound impact that it can have. Full business description, max that out, include a couple of your services as well. So again, if you offer just assisted living, okay, cool, leave it as such. But if you offer memory care as well, talk about that you offer memory care in there as well, as an example. Okay, don't just leave it as one thing. So I'm just going to jump back over to these guys and let's see if there's a bit of a description. Okay, so we're not seeing a bit of a description. Maybe the description's hidden for these guys. Yeah, Google might be hiding the descriptions on us. Yeah, I think Google's being a little bit sneaky right now. Maybe they're changing something. Make sure your description is done. Okay, include some keywords. The services listed, respite care, memory care, etc. That type of information, again, will be listed in the back end of your Google Business profile. What I'd suggest you do is you're going in there and making sure that you have those services listed in there. And that's as simple as going edit services in the back end of your Google Business profile. Q&A section. Okay, now, if you had have asked me 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 12 months ago, was a Q&A section something that moved the needle a lot? It was actually the most powerful thing. That's a nice secret tip for you. Keep building the Q&A sections because as you can see, Google is removing it here. I can't see it. And this is a more powerful profile than who we're looking at. I can't see it. Now, that's obviously problematic because if you've spent time building out a massive Q&A, does it hurt you? No, it still can help you, but it's not moving the needle like it used to. It used to drastically move the needle, but it's still something that I would suggest that you absolutely have. Let's discuss how photos impact senior living local SEO and your Google Business profile. Now, photos, this is something that's very important because businesses with photos get 42% more direction requests and 35% more website clicks. Okay, so if your facility doesn't have a lot of photos, that's a problem. Now, maybe you've done everything right. You've got a good amount of reviews. You're sitting above 4.5 rating. You're going to get inquiries with that. But if you're light on the photos, that's going to hurt you. So that's why we've got the photo strategy here. And again, like I said, I guarantee if you execute on what I'm showing you here, there's going to be a bump up. I guarantee it. So exterior, please make sure that you have unique images of your facility. Now, there's a lot of small facilities that come to us. Okay, they come to us, they've got 10, 20 beds, 15 beds, and they say, Ron, look, I'll be honest, our facility isn't this beautiful facility, big, massive apartment, but it's not that, Ron. We have 15 beds. How do we make it look beautiful? Something I always tell everyone is don't hide that fact. You can hire a professional photographer because at the end of the day, if someone books in a tour and they come and arrive at the facility and it's not what they'd assumed, remember, everyone gets disappointed because we fail to meet their expectations. That's what you're doing. So even if it's not the most beautiful thing, okay, well, maybe you've weeded out the people that this facility wasn't right for anyway. So you've just saved yourself money. You've saved yourself time. I don't want you wasting time on leads that are not right for your facility. That's why we work directly with senior living facilities because we need to make everything tailored to each facility and understand their unique approach, their unique facility. So exterior, make sure you've got the front entrance, signage, parking, lobby, the reception area, have something nice, resident rooms. This is super important. And you can see we've got a minimum here of 5 to 10. All right, so if we just go back to these guys, what do they got? If we click on their photos, what have they got? They've got outside, they've got a bookshelf, and then they've got the picture of the building. And this is like what I said to you. If it's a small facility, that's fine. This is maybe what people need. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't think that just because I'm not one of the big guys, I can't compete. You can compete. You're more affordable than the big guys. And sometimes, to be completely honest, the big guys, it's hard to care for so many people. When you're talking hundreds of beds it's harder. You don't always get that level of care of a facility with 15, 25 beds. Okay? So that's the honest truth. So don't be afraid. Now, these pictures need to be a lot better. Okay? So you'd be going through, ticking that off. All of this stuff is important. And staff interacting with residents with consent, super important. Outdoor spaces, especially if you're down here in Florida, You've got to have outdoor spaces. You've got to have outdoor spaces around the country, but let's be honest, everyone comes down and enjoys that sun. So, there should be a lot of type stuff when it comes to this. Seasonal updates too, I do recommend that. So when you've got Christmas, when you've got Easter, these types of things, definitely display that you're putting on the event, because that's a nice thing. It's something that we do all the time with a lot of my clients. I always say try and always have the camera out. So that way, when you work with us, every month, every time we sit down, we go, okay, have you added new images into the folder? Yeah, Ron, we've done that. All right, cool. We'll use that for next month's content. That's how we do it. Now, posting on Google can be something that helps boost the rankings. Not as much as it used to. So back early 2019, 2018, all the way through to probably 2023. Yes, absolutely. Smash posts. I'm talking you're posting every day. That helped significantly. But what we're noticing now, not so much. Sometimes it's not even moving the needle. And if you're on a tighter budget, put that elsewhere. Do something else with that. Okay. But if you've got the time available, you've got that available to you, then yes, absolutely do this, because it is a good thing to be looking at. So post at least once a week, include a photo with every post, add a CTA. Now you can have a learn more or a call button. I personally think use the call now, because you should always be putting up, this is what we're doing around Christmas in our facility. If you'd like to learn more, or if you'd like to chat with us about how we run these types of events, give us a call. You want calls in this space. Activity and event highlights. Definitely be like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The residents are going out here. This is what we're doing. Staff spotlight post. Again, so maybe you have someone, they've done something really well. As an example, it happens a lot. You'll have someone in the facility that's been in there for maybe pushing a couple of years. So they've become very close with a couple of staff members. And when the family comes in and visit, they're just like, oh, Susan, so good to see you. She's like, what? How do you know me? Mum's told us everything about you. You've done. That's a fantastic achievement for your facility. Talk about it. Take a picture of that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That shows that you're not like everyone else. So do something like that. Community and updates, seasonal content. Again, we talked about that. And new amenities / services or announcements. They're the ideas that you can put up. Try for at least one a week as a minimum. One a week, something that will show Google and all of the platforms like new. They love new. They don't just like it being stagnant. They like new. Do that for them. Now, the number one mover to date of map listings is reviews. Okay. Now, it's not just about the number of reviews, it's how the reviews are written. So that's a very important thing. Try to always get the reviews written with your services mentioned and your facility and your location. That's a big tip, and you're welcome for that. Least you could do is like the video with that. If you do that, you're well on the right path. So 78% of families trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Okay. So, and that's what we see too. In assisted living near mum, all of our facilities that have the strongest reviews. So again, if someone's looking in Scottsdale, Arizona, as an example, they go to the page and then they'll sit there and immediately their eyes go straight. You see it. This one has 5 reviews. They'll go, number one maybe has 1 review, but they'll go down on the guy that has 10 reviews. You'll see that consistently. And that's at the top of my head because something I looked at about a week ago, but you'll see that movement. It's just straight to the most reviews. So it is important that you are stacking up reviews. So here's some steps and some actions you can take. So create a Google link. Now that's very easy to do. You just go into the back end of Google, click on reviews and just say, get me reviews. Now, once you've got that link, go across to something like a QR code generator. Now, this is a qrcodegenerator.com. It's cheap. It's free. Well, it's free. It's not cheap. It's free. Click on URL and paste that into there. So paste the URL. So if I go, I'm just going to show you this as an example. I'll grab our website, paste this into here. There's your code. Download that right now. Now, have that with you. Staff should always have that available, should be at the front desk. Maybe even when someone's done a tour, maybe they weren't happy, but they like the facility, you can just get them to leave a review saying, did a tour of the facility and I like the facility. It looks clean, it looks nice, just wasn't for us. You can get these types of reviews if you're sitting there going, Ronnie, how do I get 150 reviews like these guys? That's how you can do it. Okay, there's a lot of different strategies. So that's all you need to do there. Place a QR code receptions. We've talked about that. Train staff to ask for reviews after positive moments. Oh, that's super important. Family visits, events, care milestones. Okay, you should be on top of this like white on rice. Okay, you should be on top of this like anything. Your team should know this like it's the back of their hand. They should know if one of your residents has just had a visit from their family, that they're going to be happy, everyone's going to be happy. And if truly they're happy, go in there and say, listen, I know this is a private moment, but it would mean the world to us if we were able to show, whether in Fort Lauderdale, we can show the Fort Lauderdale Broward community how much our facility cares about our residents. And the family goes, yeah, mate, do a testimonial, or yeah, absolutely, we'll leave a review. You're just walking around the room doing QR code scans, and there's bang, 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 there's 4 reviews. Right there, mate, at least 3. All of a sudden, right away. Send a follow-up text or email with the review link after tours and move-ins. Now, this can work, but be smart. It's very important if you're going to do this, be very, very smart about your approach. Do not send the link to someone that was not happy. It goes without saying, so please don't automate this. You'd be amazed. I come in and I go, okay, so what's your review process? Because when we work with someone, we actually sit down for a 2-hour session before. It's like, what's your sales process? We're an all-encompassing system. We don't just come along and just go, oh, I'll do Google ads for you. It doesn't work. If you want that, just go and work with a generic agency. If you want a hard-hitting, result-focused agency that actually puts a guarantee on their work, you got to do it the way we do it. So when we sit down, we say, what is your review process? Everyone says, oh, we normally send out, once the tours come in, we send out a couple of emails, text message maybe for a review. So I say, so you know not to send that to persons that are disgruntled with the thing. You showed them this image, or maybe, because this actually happens a lot, with the bigger websites, they're looking at one facility that's in Tampa, but then they go to the one that's down in Miami and they're like, where's my balcony? Where's my backyard? Where's my area? Where's the courtyard? Where's the pool? And it's like, oh, well, that's at the Tampa facility. That happens a lot. So you're sending a review to that person? No, not good. So you want to make sure that you're not doing it automatically. It is being selected and done manually. Very important. Respond to every review. I did a video about this previously, and it talks about like how you address positive and negative concerns. Now, always remember, with negative reviews, you failed to meet their expectations. So in the situation of getting a 1-star review, like I said, where's my pool? Where's the courtyard? Where's the library? They're at the Tampa facility. That's a problem for you. You need to address that concern and go, hey, we made a mistake here. You're 100% right. You're not the first person this has happened to. So we're fixing this once and for all. We're so sorry. And you can get a 1-star to a 5-star. And I've said this before, but I guarantee you, you're more likely to go from a 1-star to a 5-star than a 1-star to a 3-star. Set a target of a new review every week if possible. Your facility should be having a new tour every week. If you're not, you've got to be speaking to Senior Living Mastery. Right? So you should be having someone basically come through every week. That's the opportunity for a review. Same with the people at your facility. Now, you might be sitting there going, Ron, we've got 25 people at our facility, maybe 60 people. We've been able to get, all of them have left reviews and testimonials. How do we get more? The family. Next ones are the visitors to the residents that you have, okay? As they're coming in, as they're going out. You talk to them, say, hey, Steve, how's mum doing? She's looking good. Are you happy with how mum's been? Yeah, she's been fantastic. She's over the moon. She's very happy. They were just doing this event. Her and her friends went here and they did this. And she's Steve, look, hearing those comments from you are amazing. Would you be kind enough to leave us a review if I quickly go and get the link for you right now? Can you do that right now for me? It will take you 1 minute. That's how you get additional reviews. And like I said, that can be for every visitor that comes in. So most people, you're looking at 3 to 10 family members. So one resident can get you an additional 3 to 10 reviews. So there's no excuse. Now, negative review response formula. We have this here. Like I said, thank them for the feedback, even if it stings. Acknowledge their concerns. Again, remember, you get negative reviews because you failed to meet expectations. Take it offline with a direct phone number or email. Please try to do that if possible. Respond to them. So people like me, as an example, if I'm looking for an assisted living facility, I see that you've addressed their concerns and I'm like, oh, they're not bad. Or because this happens a lot, there's nefarious people in this space and they know it's a lot easier to go out there and damage the facility's reputation just over the street than it is to actually do good marketing. It's easy to go and get 40 bad reviews and just systematically place them around the internet, some bad videos, some things like that. That's all you need to do. And the facility is destroyed. You can be ranking in position number 3 if your competitor does that to you. That's over. And they know that. So that's why you also want to respond. Go, we don't even know who you are. If you don't know who they are, say that. Who are you? How are you connected to a resident here? We don't know you. This could possibly, we're concerned this is spam. And then again, you need help removing those spam reviews, reach out to us. Now, citations in senior living local SEO is an important factor to ranking locally, because what a citation is think of something along the lines of an example like assisted living near mum. We have your business. We talk about your location, what you do, and your phone number on that directory. Think of Yelp. Think of, as you can see here, Bing Places for Business, Apple Maps, all of these. Think of these things, okay? So these are the things that you want to be thinking about right here. You want to get listed and you want that consistency. The NAP is a name, address, and phone number. Like I showed in the example of the Google Business Profile, those guys are closer to suspension if some bad things happen to that profile because they're not aligned. Once you align it with the website, I guarantee you it's harder to mess with your profile as well. So you protect yourself from negative influence outside. So make sure you're going onto places like assisted living near mum and you're putting that information in. And you can go, yes, 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 along all these places. Caring, place for mum, senior advisor, these stock standard places. Better Business Bureau. Look, it's expensive. Do I think it's worth it? Sometimes. Make sure that you're getting listed on the state directory. So whatever state you're in, obviously, make sure you're on the directory. Very, very important. Yellow pages, super pages, these types of things. This will help boost your SEO. Now, I've got another video on citations. Just go over and watch that. So it's talking about specifically citations in local SEO for senior living. Go and watch that. We've built a tool that literally analyzes it for free for you. So you input your name, input your website, click a button, and she runs. And it'll analyze it all for you. Now, if you want us to conduct a local SEO audit for you, review your Google Business Profile, book a free discovery call. It's 30 minutes. We sit down and we analyze where you're good, where you're bad, where you've got room to improve, and how we'd go about it. We work together, we work together. If we don't, you walk away with valuable information. Now, you've got a nice scorecard down here as well, so you can set yourself up as a scorecard. This is just a nice guideline again. It's where do I actually sit? Okay. If I did this, what would happen? Now, if you can do only 3 things this week, I would suggest the following. Claim and fully complete the Google Business Profile. That's a big one. Every field, every category, like what we talked about at the start. Upload at least 50 images. Follow that image layout, the template that we had in this local SEO for senior living checkbook. Make sure that you have it, okay? do that, I guarantee you those 50 images that you're going to add, ooh, you're going to move up a little bit. Like I said, give a like at least for that nice information, and set your review generation system up. I can't stress that enough. Like, I gave you a lot of tips there. There's obviously a lot more. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll keep dropping more and more tips. But that's something that you can actually do in this space that'll work well for you. Okay, so generate the reviews, but please don't set up an automated system. I'm telling you, a lot of the 1-stars we get are from people using, oh, Ronnie, we've got like 8 negative reviews. Oh, who are they from? Bad residents, did an unfortunate event happen? What happened? Like, nah, they were tours. They were tours. And that's problematic. So you could have avoided all of those negative 1-star reviews, and you wouldn't be sitting at 4.7, 4.3. You'd be at 5, 4.9. Okay, so that's important things to consider. And like I said, if you want to have a chat with us, reach out to us at Senior Living Mastery. We'll make sure that we look after you. Have a lovely day.